All right, it is recording, and we are live with Ben Lerner, my favorite lender in San Luis Obispo. Hello, my brother.
Hello, Joe.
So today we are picking up on the conversation talking about the VA loan. And people have a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings. I've met people who are my age, which is over 50, who thought that they used the VA loan 20 years ago and they can't use it again. So what are some of the things to understand about your VA loan benefit?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. You can use your VA loan again and again. So there's no limit on how many times you can use your VA benefit. And further, you can actually use it on more than one property at the same time. So it just depends upon how much of your entitlement you've used up at a given time. But you can use your VA loan. If you get orders and you move from San Diego to Hawaii, you can buy a home on both places. So you can use your VA loan. The easy thing to remember is how much your entitlement allows will depend upon the area you're moving to. And different areas will have different prices for homes, of course, and it affects the maximum amount that you have available to you to use it on a subsequent use.
So if I'm here in San Diego and I want to move from my house to a house up 20 miles north of here, what do I need to do to use my VA benefit again?
If you're going to keep the old home, then you would need to see how much of your benefit has been used. So we just do a calculation based on the county limits for San Diego County. Okay. And we determine you have this much available to still be 100% financing on VA. Or we'd also calculate, okay, you've only got this much to use at 100%. Anything beyond that, you have to put in 25% of the difference. And I can figure that out and tell you the amount of down payment you would need to use your VA benefit, so, which may be a lot less than a conventional loan.
Okay, so if my home right now, if I have a principal balance on the mortgage of $400,000, and I want to buy a home that's $500,000 in North County, would it calculate it just based on the 100,000 difference?
It would actually take into account the maximum amount of financing in San Diego County at the time. Okay. And then the difference, the veteran would be, so let's say the purchase was exceeding that maximum amount of the benefit by $100,000. The veteran would then need to put in 25% of that difference exceeding the amount of entitlement available. So 25,000 would be the down payment in that solution. Okay. So that, in essence, but there'd be a little bit more detail, and it would be a very unique, specific to each individual person. We'd figure out what that number is.
So they should call you. The fixed factor is the entitlement for the area, but the variable is actually going to be each individual's lending situation and their income.
Correct, and the entitlement amount is different in different counties. So moving outside of San Diego County, the calculation is different than staying within San Diego County.
Yeah, and I imagine most of them are going to be a bit lower than San Diego rather than higher, given our housing.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Well, those are some important things to think about. Anything else you want to share about the reusing your VA benefit today?
No, the only thing I would stress as well is know what your entitlement is. If you have any disability entitlement from your service, know that that will likely mean that you are exempt from a funding fee on your loan. Okay. If you are not exempt and you do a subsequent loan at 100% financing, then the funding fee does increase on subsequent use.
Is there a way to go around that if you put more money down instead of 100% then?
Absolutely. If you do 5% down and you do have a funding fee, the funding fee is the same whether it's subsequent use or the initial use. It drops down to 1.6%.
Okay. So 5% down, 1.6% as long as I'm within my entitlement range.
That's correct.
Okay, well, that's good and easy to understand, Ben. Appreciate your time today. Thank you for our mortgage moments on the VA lender.
My pleasure.
All right.
My pleasure. Stay safe.
You as well.